Right now, millions of UK pensioners are paying bills and charges they simply do not have to pay. And the sad truth is, most of them have no idea. If you are over 60, or you know someone who is, the next few minutes could save you hundreds, possibly thousands of pounds every single year. Because from July 2026 and beyond, there is a growing list of costs that pensioners in this country are fully entitled to walk away from, completely, legally, and without any complicated process. We are talking about prescription charges, energy bills, travel costs, NHS denti and eye care, council tax reductions, television licenses, and much more. Some of these are brand new changes. Some have been quietly sitting there for years that people never claimed. Either way, the money is there, it belongs to you, and today we are going to go through every single one of them so you do not leave a single penny on the table. Stay with me until the end, because the last few points on this list are the ones most people completely overlook, and they could be worth the most money to you. Let us start with something that affects almost every single person watching this. Something you probably deal with every month without even thinking about it. Free NHS prescriptions for the over 60s. In England, once you turn 60 years old, you are entitled to completely free NHS prescriptions. Every single one. No charge, no co-payment, nothing. And yet every year, thousands of people over 60 continue quietly paying the £9.90 charge at the pharmacy counter, simply because nobody told them the rule had changed for them. If you are 60 or over and you are still paying for prescriptions in England, stop. You are entitled to a free prescription exemption certificate known as an FP92A, which you can get through your GP surgery or download from the NHS website. Once you have it, hand it over every time you collect medication and pay absolutely nothing. In Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, the situation is even simpler. Prescriptions are completely free for everyone, regardless of age, so there is genuinely no charge at all for anyone living in those nations. This one change alone, depending on how many prescriptions you collect each month, could save you well over £100 a year. And that is before we have even started on the bigger items. Free NHS eye tests for the over 60s. This one surprises people just as much. In England, everyone aged 60 and over is entitled to a free NHS-funded eye test. You do not need to be on benefits. You do not need to prove your income. You simply need to be 60 years of age or older, walk into an optician, and ask for your free NHS eye test. The standard eye test can cost anywhere from £20 to £30 privately, and opticians do not always advertise the fact that you are entitled to it for free. So next time your appointment comes around, make sure you tell them you want your NHS eye test, not a private one. On top of the test itself, if your vision falls within certain categories, you may also be eligible for a voucher towards the cost of glasses or contact lenses. No national insurance contributions. Here is a big one that puts real money back in people's pockets and yet still catches people off guard. Once you reach state pension age, which is currently 66 and rising to 67 between May 2026 and April 2028, you stop paying national insurance contributions entirely. National insurance is deducted from wages, but the moment you hit state pension age, those deductions stop. If you are still working past 66, your employer must stop taking national insurance from your salary. National insurance only applies to income from employment, not from pensions themselves. So in 2026 to 2027, if you are over state pension age and earning around £30,000 from work, you save over £1,300 a year just from not paying national insurance anymore. That money stays in your pocket every single year. If you are still working past state pension age and you notice national insurance is still being deducted from your payslip, speak to your employer or HMRC immediately, because that money should not be going anywhere but back to you. Free bus travel across the UK. Transport costs eat into retirement income more than most people realise. Getting to appointments, visiting family, running everyday errands, it all adds up. But pensioners in the UK have access to free bus travel that makes most of those journeys completely cost-free. In England, you qualify for a free bus pass when you reach state pension age. As state pension age rises from 66 to 67, the bus pass age rises with it. In Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, the free bus pass kicks in at 60, giving people in those nations several years of free travel before they reach state pension age. In London, if you are over 60, you can apply for a Freedom Pass, which gives you free travel across the entire Transport for London network, including the Underground, Overground, buses, trams, and even some national rail services within certain zones. The value of this alone in a city like London is extraordinary. People in London boroughs who have not yet applied for their Freedom Pass are essentially leaving a pass worth hundreds of pounds a year sitting unclaimed. Apply through your local council. The process is straightforward, and once you have your pass, your bus journeys across England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland cost you absolutely nothing. Winter fuel payment, back for all pensioners. This is one of the biggest recent changes and one of the most welcome ones. After a controversial period in which the winter fuel payment was restricted only to those on pension credit, the government reversed course. From winter 2025 to 2026 onwards, the winter fuel payment is back for all pensioners of state pension age. If you are under 80, you receive £200. If you are 80 or over, you receive £300. The payment goes directly into your account automatically between November and December each year. You do not need to apply, you do not need to fill in any forms, it simply arrives. There is one important catch to be aware of. If your individual taxable income is over £35,000 per year, HMRC will recover the payment through the tax system, either by adjusting your tax code or through your self-assessment return. But if you earn below that threshold, the full payment is yours to keep, and it is entirely tax-free. The vast majority of pensioners earn well below £35,000, which means the vast majority will keep every penny of their winter fuel payment. If you would rather not receive it and have it clawed back later, you can opt out through the winter fuel payment helpline before the September deadline each year. The Warm Home Discount. On top of the winter fuel payment, there is another energy saving that pensioners on lower incomes can access. The Warm Home Discount provides a £150 discount directly off your electricity bill over the winter months. You do not receive cash. Instead, the amount is applied directly to your account with your energy supplier. If you receive pension credit, you will generally be enrolled automatically. The scheme reopens for applications in October each year, and in some cases your supplier will write to you confirming you have been included. If you think you might be eligible but have not heard anything, contact your electricity supplier directly after October and ask. The Warm Home Discount Scheme is available in England, Scotland and Wales. Cold weather payments. Alongside the Warm Home Discount and the winter fuel payment sits another layer of winter protection that most pensioners on pension credit are automatically entitled to. Cold weather payments are £25 payments that are made automatically every time the temperature in your local area is recorded at or forecast to be 0 degrees Celsius or below for 7 consecutive days between November and March. You do not apply. You do not call anyone. If you are on pension credit and the temperature drops to freezing for a week, the money arrives. Each 7-day cold spell triggers another payment. In a particularly cold winter, these payments can add up significantly and make a real difference to heating bills. Council tax reduction. Council tax is one of the largest regular bills that pensioners face. But if you are on a lower income, you are entitled to a council tax reduction through your local council, and this can cut your bill by a very significant amount, in some cases eliminating it almost entirely. The scheme is means-tested and administered locally, which means the rules vary slightly from one council to another, but as a general guide, If you are on pension credit, you are likely to qualify for a substantial reduction. There is also a standard 25% single-person discount that applies automatically if you live alone, regardless of your income. That 25% discount does not require any application. It is automatic for single-occupancy households. If you think you may qualify for a greater reduction based on income, contact your local council and ask about their council tax reduction scheme. Many pensioners who would be eligible simply never apply because they assume council tax is a fixed charge they cannot do anything about. It is not. Free TV license for the over 75s on pension credit. The television license has been a source of frustration for many older households since the universal free license for over 75s was abolished in August 2020. Since then, the rules have been clear, but not always well understood. If you are aged 75 or over and you or your partner receive pension credit, either the guarantee credit or the savings credit portion, you are entitled to a completely free television license. The license is currently worth £180 a year. That is a significant saving. But critically, it is not automatic. You must apply to TV licensing directly. They will verify your pension credit status with the Department for Work and Pensions and then issue your free license. You can apply online or by phone once you have reached 75. If you are already in receipt of pension credit, you can actually begin your application at 74 so that it transitions seamlessly when you hit the qualifying birthday. If you are in a household where someone is over 75 and receiving pension credit, make sure you have applied. £180 every year is not something to miss. Free NHS dental treatment for those on pension credit. Dental costs can be genuinely alarming in retirement. Routine checkups, fillings, dentures, and other treatments can run into hundreds of pounds. But if you are on pension credit guarantee credit, you are entitled to free NHS dental treatment. This includes checkups, fillings, crowns, dentures, and other essential treatments, all of it at no charge. You simply need to show your pension credit award notice to the dental practice when you attend. If you are not sure whether you are entitled, ask your dentist's reception team. They will check your eligibility and ensure you are not charged for treatment you should be receiving free of charge. Attendance allowance. This is perhaps the most underused, least discussed benefit available to older people in the United Kingdom, and it is astonishing how few pensioners claim it. Attendance allowance is a non-means-tested, tax-free weekly payment for people over state pension age who have a physical or mental health condition that means they need help with personal care or supervision. It does not matter how much money you have. It does not matter whether you own your home or have savings. It is not means-tested. If your health condition means you need someone to help you with things like washing, dressing, preparing meals, or getting around your home safely, you may well be entitled to attendance allowance. In 2026 to 2027, the lower rate is £76.70 per week, and the higher rate is £114.60 per week. That is over £4,500 a year at the higher rate, yet a significant proportion of people who would qualify have never claimed it because they assume they will not be eligible or because they find the forms intimidating. You do not need to have a carer to claim it. You simply need to show that you need help, even if you are currently managing without it. Contact your local Age UK branch or Citizens Advice if you need help completing the form. They will assist you free of charge. Pension credit as the gateway to everything else. We need to talk about pension credit because almost everything on this list either becomes easier to access or unlocks additional benefits once you are on it. Pension credit tops up your weekly income to a minimum of £238 if you are single, or £363.25 if you are a couple for the 2026 to 2027 year. Once you receive pension credit, you unlock free NHS dental treatment, a free television licence at 75, help with council tax, the warm home discount, cold weather payments, and housing benefit if you rent. Pension credit is worth an average of £3,900 a year on its own. And on top of that, it opens doors worth several thousand more. And yet, an estimated hundreds of thousands of people who are fully entitled to pension credit have never claimed it. Some assume their savings or private pension rule them out. They often do not. Savings and home ownership do not automatically disqualify you. The only way to know for certain is to check. You can use the pension credit calculator on the gov.uk website or call the pension credit claim line on 0800 991 1234. If you are even slightly unsure, make the call. It could change everything. The Senior Rail Card for those over 60. If you travel by train even occasionally, the Senior Rail Card deserves your attention. Available to anyone aged 60 and over, it costs £35 for a year and gives you a third off the price of most rail fares across the UK. For regular train travellers, it pays for itself with a single journey. And if you are over 66 and have already claimed your free bus pass, combining the two means your everyday local travel costs you nothing at the bus stop and significantly less whenever you take the train. Housing benefit. If you are a pensioner renting your home, you may be entitled to housing benefit to help cover your rent costs. Housing benefit for people of state pension age is means tested, and the amount you receive depends on your income, savings, and the local housing allowance rate in your area. If you are on pension credit, applying for housing benefit at the same time is straightforward, and the two can be claimed together. The government has also announced plans to bring housing benefit and pension credit together into a single combined payment at some point in 2026, simplifying the process for pensioners and reducing the risk of eligible people falling through the cracks. The Christmas bonus. Small, but worth mentioning because it arrives automatically and costs nothing to claim. Every year, in early December, pensioners receiving the state pension and certain other qualifying benefits receive a £10 Christmas bonus. It lands in your bank account without any action required on your part. It is tax-free and it is yours. So there you have it, a full list of what UK pensioners are entitled to walk away from paying or what they are entitled to receive in financial support from July 2026 onwards. Free prescriptions, free eye tests, no national insurance, free bus travel, the winter fuel payment back for everyone, the warm home discount, cold weather payments, council tax reductions, a free television licence at 75 with pension credit, free NHS dental treatment, attendance allowance, pension credit as the gateway to all of it, the Senior Rail Card, housing benefit, and the Christmas bonus. Now, here is the most important thing I can tell you. Every single item on this list only helps you if you actually claim it. The government does not automatically send letters telling you what you are missing. Most of these benefits sit there unclaimed year after year because nobody told the people entitled to them that they existed. If you are watching this and you recognize something you have not yet claimed, please do not put it off. Start with pension credit. Call 0800 9912 34 or go to gov.uk. Even £1 a week of pension credit opens the door to thousands of pounds of additional support. And if you are not eligible for pension credit, go through the rest of this list and check each item individually. Your age alone qualifies you for several of them, no means test required. And if you have a parent, a grandparent, a neighbour or a friend who is of pension age, and you think they might not be claiming what they are owed, share this video with them. It costs nothing to share, and it could genuinely change someone's financial situation for the better. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It genuinely helps more people find this information when they need it most. And make sure you subscribe to my channel so you never miss an update when these rules change, because they do change and you deserve to stay informed. Subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next one.